What's up, everyone? I don't really have a chat open for some reason. I'll probably never figure that out, but that's fine. I don't really know why I knocked on the freaking ground to notify Agartha, but I did for some reason. The thing is, the whole I think I already honored the freaking. But that's what I don't understand. Like, is there more than just me involved? Or is it do I have more DNA? And I think that actually might be why. Ivo might be a little upset. Which makes sense, now that I think about it. But anyway, I'm digressing. So yeah, I think I get it all. I still, somewhat deserve it all, but at the same time, they're still enemies, they're still bad guys. So, if they're still bad guys, then that would mean we'd have to go ham still. But if there's more pressure for the bad guys, then that would mean that we'd have to go even more ham. But that doesn't really make sense, because if they want to go so ham so badly, then that means that it's kind of or just from my own intelligent military mind's perspective, not that it's all about military and strategic stuff and stuff like that, but I think they might actually be relentlessly no bars held back, just kind of I don't know what the word is, but YOLO. They might be YOLOing, which is not good when it's a very, very, very bad guy. And the thing is, I'm not worried about, I know, as weird as it sounds, that whole future thing that the Joe Rogan versus the Joe Rogan podcast said, that's totally true. And what's even weirder is, for some reason, I don't know, but I freaking go to other planets and I'm really in tune with consciousness there, and then I think oh, there must be some relation to this planet, and then I think this planet, well, this obviously is the planet that I'm on, so it must be the ultra mega super supreme planet of creation, and then I'm super in tune with the incredible amazing, which I'm not really into, but the super incredible amazing glory that seems to be overshining, which I've definitely felt this morning. Because I definitely, and with that communication thing that happened with China, I definitely think I'm spiritual, and I think I might be inspiring on a spiritual level. And I think that's obviously that is what's going on. So the thing is, they want that actual power, but the thing is, when it comes to spirit, I think I literally said my mind has a mind of its own, and then I think my heart is trying to tell my mind to do something or something like that. And I don't think my heart is even this is going to sound weird, but I don't even think my heart is allowed to be that strong, because for some reason I end up defending on a heart-based perspective instead of a freaking mental perspective. And it's so weird, because I actually had a spiritual sort of communication thing with what's his face. I had a whole freaking communication session and that's, what the best part about it is. And it's I still, I think I get upset, but I don't think I get upset. And the thing is, either way I'm valuable, and either way he's valuable. And I know that, and I'm not I'm not degrading that in any form or any fashion or anything like that. But, I don't understand why I would be so relentless in terms of, why would I need to reconfirm the things that I already have? And the thing is, I know that he's trying to mention it, and I'm just stating things, and I don't know that if it's overpowering or overshining. And it might be, dude. Who knows? But it might be. But that's not really what I'm paying attention to. The thing is, this, whatever, the spirit will, outshine if it needs to, or, the fact that there's more spirit in the world, and that probably relating to spiritual realms, that, like, whatever, like, I seem to be really in tune with that consciousness or something. And, like, Mars Sector 6 and all that. So, Mars. Stuff with Mars. So, yeah, I don't think that really matters. See, the intelligence that's in, like, Venus, for example, is really intelligent. And it's, advanced and stuff. And they're super powerful, just like I am. White magic and all that stuff. That was explained, or that was demonstrated. I mean, it was real. We were really open about that. We were really open about white magic. But I'm not really certain if the type of reality that I really want to live in is having to do with the fact that either I'm trying to relate to the heart spirit understanding of enlightenment and ascension, or if I'm literally just waiting, or if I'm literally just patient. Or if I'm literally just meditating, which is true. I'm always meditating, which is a weird thing, because it's surprisingly true on a cosmic consciousness level. And then I have a lot of respect for, for consciousness in general. And, I do take those teachings seriously. But at the same time, of course there's a lot of respect, and I did, have the right response. And it's just the fact that, dude, there's no other response that you can have. Or at least to me, in my eyes, that seemed very clear. And the thing is, like, I literally talk to them and communicate with them, and I'm not sure if they're... This is a weird question, but I'm not even sure if they're quaking in fear or anything like that. I'm not sure if they're quaking in fear. I need to, I need to get closer to the microphone. I might be mumbling, but anyway, I think there's, like, some scale that I'm just not quite aware of, in terms of, like, I know I've made it this far, and I was like, go Earth, and, like, that's why we're on Earth. And then, like, when I'm answering all these questions, just nonchalantly, I'm still like, well, why is that happening? Why is that there? Why is that? Why is there a bridge in the lava? And then, it's kind of weird, but it's like we immediately get it. And it's not that, like, that's weird, because I really don't want to explain it or talk about that. But that's an important aspect of, like, who we are. Because in the same time, like, I'm hearing things, and I know he's going ham, and I'm aware of it. I'm made notified. And it's also in the consciousness of, the glory that I affirmed, which is, very good. But more specifically and more succinctly, like, it seems like, it can't be made, like, unaware, It's like, for example, here's a great example. And this is, like, a weird way to talk, but he's literally, like, it's so shining, like, you just discover that, like, he's literally, when he, like, when he speaks, there's literal, like, it's ridiculous, dude. And then when he's shining, it's just like nothing else matters. And then, like, it's like things run away, dude. Like, and there's, like, nowhere to hide, though. It's just like, it's just there, dude. And it's so tremendous. It's literally just, I don't even know, dude. It's literally just freaking, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Yeah, there we go. That's the word I'm trying to say. It's literally overwhelming. Look. The computers even hesitated. They stopped, like, when I was trying to contemplate what to think next. But I'm not really contemplating, like, what to think next. It's just the essence of life. And the thing is, like, it's so, there's so many, it's more than, like, he would say something like, this is teaching, or this is my teaching. And that's what's so just insanely miraculous, dude, is that, like, he's really powerful. I mean, I have no idea how else to say it. Like, it's ow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I just peeled back my toenail. That was the most ridiculous pain ever. And now the pain's gone. Wow, dude, that is an insane amount of pain. Dude, look at that. That's gnarly. Ow. Anyway, I think life is literally like responsive. Like it's the weirdest thing, but like when I become resolute in terms of spiritual mindset, in terms of like just being in the sort of ascension spiraling thing, and then being on the path of enlightenment, that eternal path of enlightenment, and always being, free from the cycle of death and birth, life and death, always free from it. I just seem to, dude, it's ridiculous, dude. He has all these abilities and all these powers, and he just utilizes them whenever, though. And the thing is, like, we all have those abilities, but when it comes to him, he's just freaking, I don't even know, dude. He's freaking doing everything. He's there. He's just there. And he's in tune with, like, all of creation. Like, he is the law, sort of thing. Like, he is creation. He is consciousness. But we know him, sort of thing. Like, and I think there's no, like, it's like he's inside of you. Like, when he speaks, he's inside of you, sort of thing, Like, he literally will just like rip you. Like, when he speaks, it's like he'll just rip you apart or something. Like, it's like getting all this, dude, I don't even know how to say it, dude. It's like getting it out. It's like ripping it out, though, and then having it ripped to shreds. It's the most freaking, dude. It's the most radical thing ever. Because you like when it, even just the presence and the glory itself is so overbearing that it actually, and he makes you, what I understand is, like, he actually, because of the karma, and he's just so brilliant, like, he can't actually interact on a freaking higher consciousness level. And then so, like, I gotta be like, well, I'm not I don't even know how to say it. I'm not denying. I'm not. Oh, see, this is ridiculous. I'm not denying his grace, but I understand that he is, like, aware of karma, sort of thing, and he's, like, involved in, like, he can't be his full self. That's just how immense it is, and, like, his full abilities aren't necessarily here, but at the same time, it's, dude, it's wild, dude. He is here, though. Like, it's just like him. Oh, dude. Like him walking. Oh, dude. And then I don't even know what to say. Like, when I was just like, I'm waiting expectantly, and it's too much, dude. It's too much. I can't comprehend. I mean, I can comprehend, because that's why I'm here. But, like, there's no escaping. It's literally everywhere, dude. There's no escaping. Like, there's the conception that we have is, or the conception that we had is, it's oh gosh, it's almost beyond false. But it's not false quite. It's resolute, kind of. It's like we know him, dude. And the thing is, like, he knows us. And then, like, and the thing is, like, what I've heard and what I hear when I'm listening, like, is like, it seems to come out of me, and that's what I know from what he said. You know, that's the only reason why I know. You know, that's actually the only reason why I know. That's the only reason why he is. And the thing is, like, what's so great about what was happening in that whole stream is because I told the truth. You know, I was telling the truth, and because I have. Let's see, he is that powerful. He's the only one who could do something like that. And the thing is, like, I'm learning from him, you know, and I'm absorbing his teachings. But he's the real deal, dude. It's not even terrifying, dude. It's not even terrifying. It's like you can't escape. Like, I kid you not, like, I try to hide. And even still, like, I try to let them know. And then what's even weird is I get a response from them, you know? Or I get an answer? I get an answer, I think. But dude, it's wild, dude. And that's the thing about today, you know? And that's the thing, it's so wild. He's so mighty, dude. So resurrection, like some of us can do that. Like, we're not some of us. All of us can do that. Like, we experienced some of that fun today. And, you know, if anything, I actually saw it happening. Like, I saw it with my very own eyes. You know, I saw it with my very own eyes, pretty much. And it was, and, you know, whatever, you know, whether it's, and I don't think the technology matters that much, but even when it comes to technology, I mean, you can still see it. So obviously, you know, we could do that. And same thing with walking on water. That's not that glorious, because, you know, kids can do that. Kids can walk on water and stuff like that. It's whatever. It's not that interesting to me. I mean, I kind of like, never mind. There's no point. White magic. So, you know, turning water into other substances, because water is consciousness, and it's weird looking at water. And that's the other thing, you know, that's Poseidon, but at the same time, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Because when it comes to him, he's just, it's blinding. It's literally blinding. It's blinding, but the thing is, I could see it, and then I hear, and it's not just telepathic, it's everywhere. So I hear telepathically, but first I hear his voice, and it just, dude, it ravages. It slices through everything. And the thing is that I'm still here, but I'm, like, in the consciousness of kind of, like, not him, but of, like, what he was. Like, as in, like, I know that I'm just a body, sort of thing, but my body is, glorious, sort of thing. My body is really in tune with spirit, the spirit realm, sort of thing. I don't really know how to say it. Like, the thing is, there's no words for it, and it's been like that all day. I mean, it's been like that for all of eternity. And the thing is, like, I'm so convinced in enlightenment that I'm still, you know, I believe that I'm on the path of enlightenment, you know. But the thing is, like, dude, it is so. There's no hiding, dude. That's all I can say. There's no hiding. It's that real. It's that. And it's not, dude. It's almost like there's no time. And the thing is that he says is, like, it wasn't that long ago. You know, it was only 2,000 years ago. But for me, it's like now. It's like in the now, all the time. And it's not like, dude, there's nothing. Dude, it's like you can't hide. And then, like, you can't freaking run. And, like, the thing is, like, I did run. Like, I ran. But it's like, it's like sliding out of your... It's like, that's like kind of what happened. Like, I think that's the best way to describe it. Like, I was completely stationary, like, and then all of a sudden my body moved. It's like, I was just not moving, and then, I don't know, dude. I just, you know, freaking... It's weird, dude. It's very, very weird. Like, the thing is, I'm still taking it in, you know? I'm still that... I'm still that immense being. Like, oh, snap. Like, I still feel large, you know? I feel larger than life still. But it almost doesn't matter. Because everything I say, you know, whatever that word is, you know, it's beyond words. Everything I say is already beyond words. It's beyond words. That's exactly what it is, actually. It's beyond words. And the thing is, it's oh, dude. Oh, it's so wild. I can hardly comprehend it. And I almost don't. The thing is, like, that's what I do. I wait expectantly. But even still, like, the phrase, like, oh, man. And then what I immediately did, which I knew wasn't, you know, the right choice, but I multiplied. And I admit it. I multiplied, and that's not the teaching. That's not his teaching at all. That's not quite his teaching. And the thing is, he told me about that, you know? He already told me that. He taught me that. And he... Dude. Oh, gosh. The thing is, I want to figure it out. I want to follow him. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing that can be said, dude. There's nothing that can be said. Nothing I could say. It's just I don't have words. I don't have words. It's literally the process of not saying anything, and being a resolute, you know, meditator. But we don't have to be. I mean, dude. The thing is, what I didn't really understand is that, like, all the teachings I've experienced, and all the teachings I'm still experiencing, I'm still experiencing all those teachings, you know, and I literally think that it's almost like time stopped, sort of thing, but it didn't, you know, and it's just wild, dude, it's just wild, it's incredibly wild. So I can definitely go insane. Like, I can definitely be, like, intense and stuff. Or just, like, really adamant. Sort of thing. Yeah. It's the most amazing thing. It's almost like I don't even see them. And then, like, oh, dude, it's so weird, dude. It's so glorious. And that's the thing. He's literally trying to explain. Like, the thing is, he's trying to talk to me. And I hear him. That's the thing. I hear him, like, through everything. I hear him. I hear his voice. I hear him. And he's not of the flesh. I mean, I know that sounds cliche and it sounds really obvious, but he's not human. He's way more powerful. He's way more powerful than other humans. And the thing is, he's not even at his full power. And that's what he's saying, you know. For example, if he were to see, it's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. If he were to go around saying that I am who I am, no one would stand. It would be like kerplop. It wouldn't even be like kerplop. Everything would change. Like the wind would stop. Everything, dude. Everything. Like, and that's the thing. It's so. Dude. So powerful, dude. I don't even know. So powerful. So yeah, I was like, so we answered a few questions. Like we already did. So anyway, we were immediately pretty much what we were talking about is that we got to talk about the podcast. We got to get rid of the podcast sort of thing. Or not get rid of. What am I saying? What is the topic of the podcast? And what's something I didn't realize, which is very, very weird, because he actually informed me. One of the things I said is, this is literally your opportunity to, like, sort of have revenge. Like, this is like, all the things you want to do, like, you can go at it. And originally, I said, like, yesterday, 6 days. Wait, is it yesterday, or was it today? Either yesterday or today, it was 6 days. Anyway, I was like, we have 6 days to be involved in this. And I know that he already has his, like, abilities, and I respect those. I respect that ability that he has. And, so that was another thing that we said, copying. So the thing is, like, that kind of, like, I think I heard, like, everything get really quiet, because I don't think people understood to the extent of, like, why I was so high. But I think I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm insanely high, and I was trying to figure out why. And it's because the most which is not very confidential, but at that time the most confidential of knowledge, which is what something we just spoke, was the fact that it was in the text, an easy cop, or multiple easy cops, or just even one easy cop. And the thing is, like, that's an immense amount of power, and at the same time an immense amount of balance, and still it's still like whatever it is, sort of thing. It's very. I mean, and I just kind of ignored it. I was like, oh, that's a fact, and then I kind of moved on, and I kind of recognized it. But yeah, like, I just know that I'm definitely in tune on that sort of an awareness level. But once again, that's what everybody is on about. That's the big thing. That's what people are really into, sort of thing. And that's also something I don't kind of know, is that I'm that powerful, sort of thing. Yet, I still don't have, or I still have a sort of consciousness from the spiritual learnings that I learned. So it seems more like this is something that they wish to engage in, but it's also something that allows me to be aware of the reality that I'm engaging with, so that I can actually, kind of know more about myself. But even then, I didn't really learn more about myself, but that's more the spiritual side of me talking. So I don't even know how astounding that is, or how astounding that was, but that happened. So that was the thing that was going on at that scale, and that's kind of, I guess, the playing level. And if there's like a level of playing, that would be the playing level. I just saw a hand write something. So anyway, so that was the thing. There's a number attached to that, so it's whatevs. But I mean, it's not whatevs. It's a really big deal. But that's the thing. And the thing is, like, I saw it happen, and yet it seems like that was bizarre. It seems like Wii Fit Trainer is literally just like stationary, sort of thing, but like right, like literally right in front of Ganondorf's face. It's weird. Anyway, it just seems like the most kind of bizarre set of circumstances, it seemed like we were both somewhat on the same level, but like I was thinking based upon like the consciousness of Gaia, as whatever I speak and whatever I'm talking to Gaia, and I've known that's what I've practiced for days. This is what I've been practicing for weeks and months actually. I was like, I actually want to just talk to Gaia, and so that's kind of like, I can't not talk to Gaia, because if I don't talk to Gaia, I don't know what's going on. Because I've been way too spiritual sort of thing. I've been way too fatty. Or fatty's not the right word. I've been way too just in tune with the consciousness of Gaia, I think of Gaia, as lava, as mountains, as rivers, as oceans, as seas, as plateaus and deserts. This is just all Gaia. All the people, the elements, the elementals, the Deva kingdom. It's all just aspects of Gaia. So I'm communicating with Gaia the whole time, and he understands me, and that's the thing. Like, he also understands me, and I know that's a fact. So, like, the capital H, he definitely understands me. And the thing is, like, I think that's the thing. I think people literally just run away that fast. It's amazing. Anyway. So yeah, that's, we literally were like, we should discuss the podcast. And then, I was like, we literally talked at the same time, but we were talking about different things. And I realized and that's kind of what I've been doing for years, actually. But I talked to, oh, snap, for all of eternity, actually. Eternity's a long time. But what I mean to say is, that's my spiritual gift, that's my ability, sort of thing. Like, that's my spiritual ability. And the thing is, like, I'm honest, and I want to find out more. And it's revealed. And the thing is, like, it's so weird, dude. It's almost like the body. Like, I don't even know if it's revealed. Like, I don't even know. Like, is my mind aware of that? Or am I just not aware? But see, that's the thing, Like, what are we even looking at? I think that was the question that was, like, being asked. Like, that was the legit question that people were asking. What are they even looking at? And that's kind of just how we are, That's just kind of how we are. And, I don't even think we knew that we go that hard. Or that we just, went that hard. And we were just doing our normal thing, We were just doing our normal thing. And, it's gnarly, It's gnarly. It's absolutely explaining, and it's absolute truth and things like that. And, there's, we work with energies and stuff like that. It's literally weird. Like, I literally explain. I talk to him like it's the map, or like I explain. It's the most weird thing. It's like the whole. It's weird. Like, I don't really think about the players, like looking for the players in the game. I like orient myself around the map, or like I orient the map around myself. Like, I am stationary, and the map is like my consciousness and awareness. Like, when I saw the lava, I was like, well, why is the lava there? Why is there lava? Actually, what did I ask? I forgot what it was. I don't think I asked the question. I was just kind of like, well, there's lava there, and that seems pretty obvious. And, I was getting informed about, more details about the lava. I'm like, why does that even matter? But, it's because I already know the consciousness of that. It's like, I knew everything about the map, and I understand why the map was made that way, like why it was designed. And he was literally explaining to me, well, there's a walk, you can't go in the lava because it'll be detrimental to your shields, which is why we go on the walkway. And I said, I don't know how I said it, but I said, like, well, why did so many people fall into the lava? like, I said, like, I pretty much said, like, here's the exact number of people that fell into the lava. That's the sort of thing that I said. And then, there's the train, and then, we got on the train, and it's a completely different perspective, But we're talking about the same thing, but it's weird. It's like we're not even looking at the screen. And once again, I went ham, and I didn't even know how ham I was going. But, I talked to it was like I was communicating with the map and trying to communicate with the consciousness of the planet that's in the game. Because I knew from the previous time that I was watching, like, I'm obviously talking about Apex, but the previous time I was talking about Apex, it seemed like there's it was one of my, or not necessarily my civilization, but it was an advanced civilization, and so, like, I seized it. I took advantage based upon the sort of prestige that I have, but that was just basic prestige, and then I could really claim more, and so I did, like, telepathically, just things that words cannot explain, sort of level, sort of thing, and I did that, and it was just freaking overly powerful. I feel like if I say the J word, it's gonna get a lot of people confused. So, that's not really what I mean when I say just. So, that could confuse a lot of people. Even though that probably did happen and I just wasn't paying attention to it. So, I gotta be aware of that. So, whatever. Also, the thing is, when it comes to this, when it comes to just reality consciousness, like, my goal was the map, dude, My goal was to learn and study the map. It's the weirdest thing, dude. I have a completely different way of looking at things. And then I completely change and, relearn and redirect people while I'm moving along, and I completely relearned the way of looking at things. I had a completely different way of looking at things. And it's almost like, I think the perception is that, like, I always look ahead or something like that. Or that I always seem ahead. So, it's pretty intense, dude. Pretty gnarly. The thing is, I know there's no such thing as infighting. And whoever, is an infighter, especially when it comes to light workers, they're just full of lies. And that's who the enemy is. Like, that's the actual enemy. So, when it comes to the enemy, there's no hiding. And so, I'm not gonna stay hidden. That's the thing. I'm not gonna really stay hidden from the enemy, because I already know that I'm not hidden from him. Because, dude, you can't hide. And, when I just come to that sort of resolute kind of point of mind, I was kind of working from the mindset of defense. How can I defend this guy? How can I defend this guy? And that's pretty much what I was doing, And, I could hear all these things, listen to all these things, but, I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm not paying attention to any of them, And, I bet there's things happening right now. People are trying to disagree with everything that I'm saying and trying to reroute and, tell lies. And I'm expecting that, That's kind of like a reality that happens. But the thing is, like, perhaps I'm also trying to not have this sort of broadcast, even though it's a very unique sort of podcast. But I'm trying to not have this sort of podcast be as, unique as it is. And think about it, like, I was really, really kind of, and perhaps others saw it, and perhaps they deserve to see it, but, I was, for, like, probably a solid 2 minutes, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes even, I was still distracted by the cigar. But, so that's the thing, all that communication, we already did our honor thing, our honor dance, and all that stuff, and I hear more conversations and stuff, and I think I just kept going, And I think that's what I don't understand, you know? I think that's what I didn't understand. I just kept going, I was, like, talking to Agartha, talking to everybody, moving at intense speeds, and I just kept going, dude. And I know there's no limit, because I don't follow the rules that other people make, I don't follow other people's laws. That's ridiculous, Why would I do that? But still, I have my own questions within me, and I'm probably getting answers, but I'm just, not paying attention to the answers. And I'm not paying, also sometimes, perhaps not really paying attention to the glory that's already within me, or, like, the glory that is the very excellence that, and I'm kind of, I don't think I know I can be self-critical, but I'm also kind of not really paying attention enough. Okay. Lucas is crazy, dude. I'm not paying attention enough. I'm not paying enough attention, or at least in my eyes, to the teachings that are being administered to me. And I know I'm learning. I always want to learn, dude, and my spiritual path is so freaking... And that's the other thing. Through karmic cycles, that's one way that we can understand, I believe, it's enlightenment. That's how we achieve enlightenment, or that's how we achieve ascension. I gotta reread that bit on. I gotta reread that bit on 9 freedoms, but that's ingrained in my system, dude. In my spine, people talk to me, and then they try to discover the language, and I give them answers, but all it is, it's Christ consciousness. It's just His consciousness, dude. And the thing is, I could get really upset because, like, think about it. Like, it was totally virtuous. I was totally honest. Like, I was literally honest. I was laughing. I was honestly laughing when I heard the Koskov. When I in my mind I had the Kostov mix up. I was like, why are they talking about Joshua Kostov? Or why are they talking about Kyle Kostov? And I'm like, oh, he said Koskov. I don't care then. See, no one thinks like that. No one's... I don't even think anyone's allowed to be on that level. But the thing is, that's a very, elegant, spiritual, virtuous, incredibly just, like, tenacious sort of go-getter attitude. And the thing is, I was honest. And obviously, there's a very amazing spiritual level to it. But, I was disturbingly honest, in terms of, like, corruption needs to be non-existent, I actually have no tolerance for corruption at all. And it's, it's a whole nother level, dude. It's a whole nother level. Where's my freaking... Oh. It's a whole nother level. And I kept freaking... And that's the first day. It's the first day that I actually did that. But I'm actually banging on the shell, dude. I'm banging on the crust of Gaia. And I'm like, I want answers, dude. I want answers. And the thing is, I already know everything already exists within me. And I know that perhaps there's not only an echo, but there's an actual telepathic immediate response that I receive from Shambhala and Agartha. And I know that they have a lot of respect for for masters, like for all the masters, and the thing is, I was kind of laughing, dude. I was laughing at the Great White Brotherhood. I was laughing, and that's just not appropriate, That's not quite appropriate, and I say it's inappropriate because I should have a lot of respect for masters, but my master, who I really appreciate, of course, is him. He's my master. Like capital HE. And I know that, like, more than ever, especially because, and it's surprisingly true, because everything just, dude, it's surprisingly true, dude, because, like, everything just makes more sense, dude. The thing is, like, I've mastered the language, and I've mastered the understanding of the consciousness, and I think I lock the consciousness of them in their awareness of the reality that I already created, or that I create, and that I create, and it's like, yeah, I spring upon them, and he's literally explaining what's going to go on, what's happening, you know, at you know, time, at occurrence, you know, in the now, and I'm just like, well, if it's happening, then why isn't there any sort of why isn't there any sort of relationship or understanding of the sort of consciousness or comprehension of why I'm not getting answers fast enough from the very beings that are, you know, here on Gaia? And I got the answer this morning, which is, you know, the things that I'm doing on the surface of the planet is astounding the universe. It's literally astounding. And I'm like, yeah, well, aren't I supposed to be on Gaia, you know? Aren't I? And I just get more spiritual. I just get more enlightened. I just get more heavily involved in the enlightenment process. But still, you know, I'm really, 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 that's freaking creepy, dude. It literally looks like, that's creepy. I literally see the divas work. You know? I literally see the divas' performance. I see their performance. And I'm aware of how in tune with the law that they are, you know? And this sounds like a teaching, but it's something that I just know innately. Dude, did you feel that? Did you hear that? That is godly. As like a little mouse is running down the wall and in tuneness with nature is happening at all times. Seems like. Devik Lawrence. So that's kind of what he was talking about, and like I already knew that. He was talking about the armor that I made, or the armor that they made, that we made, that the armor that they made that was kind of reaffirmed and all that stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, it's just armor, and I had them try it on, and you know, it seems pretty good. You know, it seems pretty fast. I like it, you know. And I just had them try it on anyway, just, you know, even though there's, like, the 13th ray has been added and all that jazz. But the thing is, like, the thing is that's more glorious is that he's proud. Dude, I don't even know, dude. I think he's proud of me. That's the thing. Like, I think he is, dude. He is. He is all. He's the beginning and dude. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it into words, dude. It's shocking. It's shockingly powerful, dude. And the thing is, I combined it with music. I combined it with truth and just, you know, subconsciousness. And then I combined it with fearlessness. Like this. Wait, what made it fearless? I forgot what made it fearless, but I was doing things, you know, fearlessly, and, you know, oh gosh, dude, all this action is ridiculously powerful. Anyway, oh right, so that's what today was about, you know, saying I deserve it all, and that's kind of like the main, you know, he was kind of what he was letting me know, like, and the thing is, I was just like, my response is I'm so high right now. Like, I'm just so high vibrational sort of thing. It's wild, dude. But the thing is, like, I'm just gonna listen to. Let's see, and I don't even wanna get that upset. But But that's literally what I was gonna say. Like, oh, I'm just gonna listen to the advice of the betas, just thinking this perspective of a higher dimensional reality at all times, trying to, what was I gonna say? Where was I going with that? Something about the betas. Oh, wow, dude, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. But it just seems like all the consciousness that I've already deliberately, practiced in terms of yoga and meditation, I'm resolute with it. And I'm so resolute that, I did something amazing, I did something amazing at the beach. And that's the only thing I was talking about, that sort of glory that I instilled at the beach. And the thing is, like, I know that's awesome, I know that's incredibly amazing. And I know I should, be more in tune with that. Level of consciousness, they're never going to know. They're never going to catch up. I already know that. Oh, goodness gracious. The thing is, oh, snap. The thing is, I'm not in tune with the universe, and with Venus especially. But I have a responsibility to cosmic consciousness. Oh my gosh, dude. It's the wildest thing ever. So amazing, dude. The thing is, like, I knew the answer. Like, I know all the answers. Like, it's shocking. Like, it's as lame as that sounds. Like, there's definitely a more spiritual answer. But, like, I know all the answers. Like, what's gonna happen next week, Or how am I gonna not be so clairvoyant and so clairaudient that I just end up, I mean, I don't think I end up skipping people, but I think I just end up skipping people. Like, I know I have all these abilities, like seeing, where's the clairvoyance? Clairvoyance is a serious thing. I have some serious clairvoyance. And it's not the fact that it just reaches way past December. It's the fact that it reaches all the way until May. And, without a doubt, it reaches into next year. And the thing is, like, I know the answer, and I'd say the answer. And, there's also psychic responses and psychic abilities, and developing white magic, and knowing just more about nature, and staying in tune with nature, dude. It's new stuff. It's very new stuff. But it's still the same laws, the same laws of grace, the same laws of ease, laws of, the same laws, dude. It's all, there's the same laws. That's just how it is, It's just how it is. And I just find fearlessness to be so easy to believe in. Because I can recognize fear for what it is, It's just something that can be understood as something that, there's so many different ways to understand fear. But you can encapsulate it and then, just say that that's kind of how it was. Or just understand that was like a foundation to understand, like, the self or something like that. But anyway, dude, Mr. Game & Watch is gnarly right now. I'm just poning with every single move, dude. I love Mr. Game & Watch. Such a good character. Anyway. No! That was close. Whoa. But yeah, I'm feeling feeling thunder. I'm feeling like the earth shake. I don't know if you guys felt that earth shake. Well, obviously you didn't feel that earth shake right now, but the ground just rumbled and like thumped. Like this isn't immense, dude. Like immense life. Very immense life. I wish I knew that I was always right. That's not what I'm trying to say. I wish I knew that I was a spiritual master, which I am. I wish I knew that I'm a spiritual master, dude. But yeah, those spiritual whammies that I freaking just slammed into as soon as I woke up this morning, in terms of like the 12 blessings, you know, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So, I'm very happy. Oh yeah, and people definitely exploded. Like, people definitely just burst into flames. You know, that's what happens. You know? That's what happens. So, it's just how it is. Just how it is. Dude. Yeah. I think, the amazing excellence of what I think I should be teaching, at least, but what I think I should be teaching in terms of like what white magic means to me, it just seems like the more I think about like how I probably should be involved in teaching white magic, the more I realize that, you know, it isn't really my major goal to be a teacher. You know, my major goal is to focus on what's within me and only be here for obviously for selfless reasons, but that's kind of like a cosmic consciousness thing. That's just to be more resolute in the self, in the inner self. And, you know, obviously, my creator is very proud of that, or he's very proud of that. He's very proud of that fact. All pervading. He's very proud of that fact. Anyway, there's people are allowed to love however they wish. There's compassion. There's fifth dimensions of what I understand to be the fifth dimension, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of importance, as the Arcturian said, in the fourth dimension, which I don't really want to live in. I'd rather live in the fifth dimension. But yeah, that's kind of what I am. Everything is pure miracle. That's kind of what magic is, or white magic is. It's all miracles, you know. It's miracle realms and stuff like that. And you know, I'm pretty aware of that, pretty secure in that sort of fact. I'm very secure in that fact. So I'm happy about that. But I think that also might be the truth. Like, I almost thought, like, well, what kind of messages are they saying? You know, I was reading "We Live," and I'm like, is that like their goal to live? I mean, the more to them, the more power to them. You know, I know I can be monkey sometimes. I can be very monk-like and very monkful and very monkey. That's such a weird word. Very monkey. But yeah, you know, I'm just very monk-like in terms of like spirit. And the thing is, like, I already know that I can do so many cool things. Actually, there's probably a lot I don't know, but I think that I know. And once again, that's just an old-fashioned form of law of action coordination that's timeless. Oh my gosh, dude. I think there's mosquitoes all over my legs. I've been corn like 3 times, I think, in the past like hour or so. Anyway. So it seems like the consciousness of like what I want to comprehend and what I want to experience is resolute. But what's more important is that the joy that the fifth dimensional, that people, whatever, dude. I just feel, it's wonderful to be able to please him. But at the same time, his teachings are everlasting. And he walked, dude. He freaking walked. It's so gnarly, dude. And he talked. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And that's the thing. People are going to get divine no matter what. And that's the thing. Like, I don't get divine. And I can channel and stuff. But, like, when I channel, I think I'm actually channeling. I don't know who I'm channeling or what I'm channeling, but I think I'm channeling. I don't know who I'm channeling, actually. I think I'm channeling. It's so cool, dude. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so powerful, I won't be able to explain to you how powerful I am. There's just no words. It can't be put into words. It actually cannot be put into words. It's very unfortunate for you guys. And I'm not even divine or anything, That's the thing. Like, I don't get divine. I'm just, like, regular, old person speaking with normal phrases in the formulation of the creational understanding matrix that exists. And that is my power, The matrix. The matrix. See, that's something. But yeah, it's weird. I guess that's my power. I guess I'm honest about it. But that's the thing, It's so surreal. Like, he's literally, it's like he's not like anybody else. He's very, very powerful. And, dude, I almost don't have words for it. As much as I would love to teach all that expression, like, I don't have words for it. I don't think we'll ever know. Oh. Positive realities. What am I thinking about? I'm so tired of it, actually. But cities of light, like that's the kind of higher vibrational reality, architectural design and matrix stuff. Or not matrix, there's nothing to do with matrix. But like architectural understanding in terms of newness and the importance of like how much, this is a weird thing to say, but how much people care, or how much they care, or how much life cares, or how much care is in existence, which once again is just a phrase. thought I could actually counterattack that. The funny thing is that there's actually gaps, you know? You know, well, there aren't really gaps, but there are, like, it's possible that there's actual gaps, you know? I find that fascinating. The thing is, like, I want to talk about the podcast before I make the podcast, you know? I want to, and that's something I would say is new, but, like, at the same time, I also think that's something that I've been doing for years. I think it's something I've been doing for years. So, just, not only that, but, like, I also think that it's something, you know, that I should, you know, just recently newly learned sort of thing, you know. Talking about the podcast, which is, you know, something that never happens, you know. Like, it's not even like, there's no comparison. There's literally no comparison in the entire universe. There's no, yeah, dude, that's the thing, dude. I think the frickin' Agarthans were just awestruck, dude, for the most part. But, and that's my goal is not to make sure that they're awestruck. But, yeah, I think that was, oh my gosh, I need my earphones. I think that was what their sort of surprise and shock was. Anyway, oh my gosh, it's getting late. I made music. I made, symphonies. Made some symphonies. I almost forgot about that. There's definitely probably an international chorus, which is probably a big deal. Yeah, I'm just kind of nonchalantly just, oh, okay, willy-nilly. It's a thing. I actually talk to it too. It's fun. It's a cool job, dude. I like it. I mean, it's not a job. It's really just an expression of life, aspect of life, sort of thing. Wow, dude. Zelda is insanely powerful and a lot of fun. Wow. I like using Zelda. Anyway. That's so cool. Dude, the armor is just amazing. Look at that, dude. It's literally like the summoning of armor. Conjuration. It's insane, dude. I love it. Wow. Anyway, what was I talking about? Dude, it's not even like a counterattack. It's so freaking cool, dude. Dude, I'm not even touchable. I'm literally untouchable. That's freaking awesome, dude. I'm literally untouchable. That's fun. That's new levels of fun. Okay, well, okay. Maybe I got... Oh, that's just way too cool, dude. That's bizarre. Wow. Literally untouchable. That's freaking insane. That's so insane. Oh my gosh. That's too cool. Anyway, goodness gracious, dude. I gotta protect my legs. Anyway, it seems like there's a unity perspective in terms of, like, which is something I don't really care about, but a unity perspective as to, like, you know, I gotta make sure I please others in order to make sure that I fit into their kind of boxes and their perspectives. And the thing is, like, I've done so much, like, inner work that I'm so tired. I almost don't even. I almost don't even want to be in meditation. That's the freaking weirdest thing. I never thought I'd say something like that, but like I almost don't want to be in meditation. I'm like, it's hard to explain. I mean, I'm very proud of it, dude. It's dope. It's really dope. It's very, very awesome. I mean, this is, we're engaging in activities at all times, and life is, oh my gosh, I almost said that. By the way, that squirrel gave me the dirtiest look the other day when I fed it chocolate. It was the weirdest thing. It literally like looked straight at me. It found the chocolate, it ate, I think, like a few nibbles, and then it looked at me. And it didn't know where it was, it was just walking along the frickin' just being an animal, or being a part of the Devic Kingdom. And it just looked straight at me. Like, it literally, it's like, imagine, first of all, there's one bird that literally flew all around me and was literally freaking out. Like, the bird was freaking out. It was looking everywhere. It flew right next to the tree. It didn't even tweet or anything, But animals, of course, are gonna go crazy. That's no big surprise. That's no big surprise. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm just talking to Gaia. And that's one of my very cool abilities. That's one of my very proud spiritual moments. My goal, even though I made a very amazing legacy, isn't necessarily to do all the amazing things that are of this world. It's to talk to Gaia. That's the most fun to me, That level of spiritual communication and the connection with the devas and being balanced at all times. And then, that's really awesome to me. And it was perfectly balanced. It was perfectly balanced, which is unremarkably terrifyingly awesome. I mean, without a doubt, like when it comes to him, it's not even, fear is not even a strong enough word. But I digress. Yeah, it all worked out, dude. The armor was there. The freaking tried out the armor, the new levels of consciousness with the new rays, the new divine rays, and the assistance with the creation is happening. But the thing is, like, I also don't know what really goes on in terms of like third dimensional thinking, because I don't like corruption, and I know that there's there's AI, or there's NAA, there's the NAA, and I don't like the NAA. I really don't like the NAA at all. So, oh man, battery's low. I am so sore right now. So what's the main topic that I want to talk about? Not that I'm jumping topics and stuff like that, but what's the main topic I want to talk about? But if you want to know, you got to find out for yourself. That's the best thing about life. And I found out for myself. I don't think I would really know that until I say that, or until I believe it, until I do it. And that's kind of what I do. So I'm very proud of that. It's, I already know that. Like, I've gone beyond. I'm beyond the cycles of reincarnation, and I've affirmed that. I believe that, and I no longer have to enter into those sort of cycles anymore. And I'm very proud of that. I mean, I should be proud of myself when it comes to that perspective. And, I'm really happy. I'm very, I'm just totally. I just totally enjoy and happiness, but I could be even happier and even higher. But my mind has a mind of its own. I like saying that. My mind has a mind of its own. Oh my. Dude, I'm actually gonna enjoy meditation. So, what's the purpose of meditation? What was I getting at? Oh man. Gosh. I think I was just attacked by mosquitoes. Anyway. I think that's a very enlightening question. What is the purpose of meditation? Why do I even meditate? And it seems that, I've gotten involved in meditation to transfer consciousness to spiritual technology, which is exactly what the bad guys want to do. I don't want to transfer my consciousness to technology because that's really boring. And there's no spiritual fun in that. There's actually no spiritual fun in that whatsoever. This is hilarious, dude. It's hilarious to see such things as no coincidences. Yeah, baby, that's good. The thing is, I didn't even know that I should be that upset. I don't, what I think he's trying to defend, I don't even know why I didn't think about this, but I'm just going to quickly interject this. What I think he's trying to defend is is that a mouse? Anyway, what I think he's trying to defend is the First Amendment. And he literally got censored. And, I'm literally going about, as if it didn't even happen. Because I'm already beyond that, to be honest, And I'm not even bragging to say that I'm beyond that, but, dude, come on. I just got, intel from Han Chai, or Han Chao, however the heck you pronounce it, in terms of, my spiritual confidence and spiritual bravery, and how far I'm willing to take it, I feel like I could be very brave in terms of what I've already accomplished and how far-reaching my music is. Just my music, guys. Just the music, That's how far-reaching it is. It's a whole new realm. It's a whole new world of perspective. And I always think, the thing is, what I don't know is a lot of beliefs that were long before held are non-existent. They're lies, sort of thing, There's a lot of lies. And I'm, just throwing out lies, tossing out lies every single day. It's exhausting, dude. But that's the purpose of karmic cycles. It's to really ingrain and to learn and study, or not study, but to be involved in enlightenment and the path of enlightenment. But I'm gonna double check. Yeah, dude, that's it. Karma, you can at this very moment make for yourself a karmic pattern which, when manifested, will not bring vague fear as a result. Study Mars Sector 6 said, study fear for what it is. Study it coldly without emotion. You will discover that it is but a state of mind which you have formulated for yourselves. This state of mind is the result of karma, environment, and present outlook. Karma, you can at this very moment, make yourself a karmic pattern, blah, 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 blah. That's something actually I just learned. That the state of mind is the result of karma, environment, and present outlook. That's... I actually would go so far as to say that's me. That quote right there, that's pretty much me. This state of mind is the result of karma, environment, and present outlook. Like, think about it. This state of mind, the mindset that I'm portraying, that I'm exuding, is the result of karma, obviously. The result of me doing the same cyclical things in terms of, let's just pick one example. In terms of the hammer and the nail thing, or the $1 million houses and painting, that thing. That's state of mind. That's karma, environment, present outlook. That's all of this. And then when it gets deeper, which it really doesn't, but Mars Sector 6, it does get deeper, but I don't think it does, but it really does. Anyway, it says, you can arise above environment, for it is a changing thing, it is not real. And I already know that, because I've been so in tune with the Devas that I refuse to believe that they're anything other than ancient. And that's literally a karmic pattern of ridiculousness. And it got to the point where, today happened. And, that actually doesn't make any sense. But let's say this. Let's read this quote. I can say 2 or 3 words now, and if you are sad, you become the opposite from sad. I can say another few sentences, and you will become sad again. You can do the same with people. You can change yourself and other people from one state of mind to another state of mind quickly. Fear is a state of mind. If we begin to know it, to see it in this light, we can then begin to control it. And that's what I've been teaching, which is a weird thing to do. But that's what I've been teaching, how to get in the minds of other teams. And, that's what was perceived by everybody else's teamwork, which is why it's so much more successful than I thought. Anyway, I'm digressing. Bravery is victory through experience. Victory is mine, says the Lord. Be fearless, or that's not what Mars Sector 6 said. But anyway, Mars Sector 6 said, bravery is victory through experience. Be brave, not foolish, but brave through wisdom, and know the first freedom. Obviously, he's informing me of that. But more specifically, service. Oh no, I'm not enlightenment. Oh well. Enlightenment. Freedom from ignorance can be brought about by all terrestrials who are willing to expend sufficient energy to bring this elevated state into being. There is but one major sin upon terra, that is ignorance. Bravery, dispensation of pure love, service, these attributes can help bring the aspirant to bring enlightenment into being. And that's the thing. Wait, hold on, let me reread that. Bravery, dispensation. That's the thing, like, when it, when I believe in ignorance, which is kind of why I was pounding on the earth, and I was, knocking on the crust. Am I ignorant of the reality of Agartha, or should I continue to just somehow inform the surface world, or just continue to believe that we're a unified planet? And the answer is most likely all of the above, but most likely the very last one. That, Terra is just a place to sort of exist and emanate your experiences to the fullest ability. Mars Sector 6 Enlightenment is a result of the controlled application of specific energies and procedures towards a predetermined end. So it's like pretty much everything already happened in the higher vibrations, and that's what the creator, and that's what Yeshi always says. So I'm aware of that. Karmic patterns, right of service, blowing. I mean, all these things I've mastered. These are just aspects that I've mastered. I've just mastered aspects of consciousness, and then I just move myself around as like a, I don't know, soul control, as a I don't know. There's no name for it, but as in some type of yogi nomad. But yeah, some type of yogi, perhaps. Why waste a single second of God-given time during which we could be actively progressing towards this lofty and most worthy goal? Wonderfulness, dude. Destiny and stuff like that. It seems like I just go about it willy-nilly, but people actually appreciate the science that I... Ooh, solar existence. People actually appreciate the science that I engage in. The cosmic adept then moves to an even higher plane of existence. Oh, see, that makes perfect sense. The very energy of their hearts. Yeah. Seems very clear to me. Solidified sunlight, because it's not man, I'm so tired. I think I just want to close my eyes for a bit. It's not what you think it is, and it's just not simple. I mean, it's simple, but it's not like as dense as I think it is, you know? Like, it really feels hollow. It feels like hollow, like a thin shell with glowing, everything else glowing, and then the heart. There's this giant flower, something. And then the flower makes a soccer ball. So yeah, that was fun. I almost wish that like I could just receive a tape, because it's probably just it's more my tape than anybody else's. think I just learned something. Oh, that's right, that's right. Terra. Oh. I think... I don't know. I don't think that even with this level of consciousness, with the solar existence, I don't think it really has relation to what could be designed in terms of the things that we have physically. Like, it seems that solar existence is reserved for non-physical beings. And it seems that, like, interplanetary and Saturnian interplanetary existence it's all reserved for non-physical beings. Like, how can I think there's ascension or something, but I don't understand, like, what civilization? Like, which civilization is the one that needs advancement that wouldn't allow a delineation of, like, consciousness, a delineation of physical, like, being. Like, what civilization requires... It's not 60. It's literally not six-dimensional. There's no way it's six-dimensional. I actually don't... Dude, so sixth dimension is, like, multiple planets and stuff, at least. So... why... Such one is not limited because of limitation. So why is there... I would just have to say there isn't. I think that's actually it. I think that's the answer. There really aren't any more civilizations that aren't... Or there aren't any more civilizations that are in the need of ascending, because there is advanced civilization present now, sort of thing. But that's fifth dimensional. Actually, you know what? That really doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense at all. Freedom from rebirth is brought about by he who is ready. I don't understand what civilization needs more assistance in terms of service to others. I definitely know, like, the Mayans had a very good example of why we shouldn't ascend without the entire planet. Because the result was just a bunch of people who had ascended, and then the rest of civilization just developed other civilizations, and there's just one really advanced civilization. But then again, I think that's the thing that's happening now, because as far as I know, which is literally sounding like defense, I think that's my answer. But the surface of the planet is way too young. Way too young to be unifying with Agartha, which is 12,000 years old, and Telos, which is thousands of years old. 12,000 years old. I don't understand. I don't know what the other civilizations are. Probably just like Venezuela. But the thing is, like, there's also there's a type 1 civilization here. I don't know what civilization is which. And I don't even want to be, like, engaging in... I'm so tired, dude. I don't want to be engaging in spamification. Because it's just the excuse of uniting all consciousness as a planetary consciousness based upon hollow earth, inner earth, and surface of the planet unity. Which kind of isn't true, you know? Kind of isn't true. But there's probably another perspective. I try to think that it's very, very high vibrational, but who knows? Who knows? But who? How do we continue to trade without knowing that the trade exists? Without being brave? Like, how can we manufacture without believing in a sustainable abundance foundation? Like, what are we manufacturing? That's what I don't understand. That's not an answer, though. You know? Love is not the measure of emotion, whether soft or violent. It is something deeper, something greater, something which cannot be measured even in mind conception. It seems like it saw fit to create the original potential and to introduce those forces. Create the original potential and introduce those forces into this potential which were designed to bring it into manifestation. It just seems like an explanation of spiritual enlightenment. Transmuter, the creator, healer, manifester, freedom. Just seems to get more exhausting to me. It seems the understandings would be infinitely endless in terms of what can be comprehended, in terms of how we can in terms of how we can receive everything we're looking for. Wow. Dude, that is so bizarre. That is so bizarre to me. It is important to reflect on our journey and become inspired by the possibilities that await us. True freedom and peace. True freedom and peace to Earth. To our Earth. It's a form of service, apparently. A major form of service. I don't know. Who knows, dude? It seems that there are things that just cannot escape the non-existent reach. Dude, I don't even know how much effort should be put into life besides the usual, which is a very, very bizarre thing. But nevertheless, first things first. Till next time. Probably have a broadcast at 10 or something like that. Until then.